What's up, homies? Today we're going to talk about the 80s skateboard revival. This is a very difficult thing to understand because I skated in the 80s and the skateboards weren't good shaped and they were all basically not concaved very much until the late 80s. It sucks. I'm telling you, it sucks. Like, I don't know what people are trying to replicate here. Like, I get it, but it's too hard. It's just like trying harder to do things that are easy. So what happens is I think people are training to ride these 80s skateboards on newer skateboards. Like, they've ridden newer skateboards for about a decade or two, and now they want to prove that they can just ride something that's impractical. Like how you see me riding a little tiny pink skateboard. No one rides those very hard. I mean, not nobody, but nobody anymore. Right when they came out, everybody wanted to prove that they were a real dickhead with their penny board. And now everybody's let that go because we all fell and slid off the no grip tape deck. And a lot of problems with a plastic skateboard with no grip tape on it. But this is the same asinine idea that we're going back towards with the 80s skateboard revival. And unless you're a theme skater, I don't get it. I really don't. Like, the 80s theme, I get it. Once you're running a theme, run it. And I don't hate on it. Like, my friends are at the skate park. I'm there filming them. They're on 80s shaped skateboards. And I'm not hating on them. But I'll point out the differences between the two guys in the last video that I showed you. One guy was actually from the 80s. He was probably my age, 34. The other guy, not even 24 probably, you know? No, he was probably 23. And he's basically replicating an era that he didn't grow up in. The guy that's 23. Think about it. Do the math. He didn't grow up in the 80s. He's replicating an era that he was not a part of. For fun, for nostalgia. He's learned the nostalgic tricks of the day. And I have so much respect for it because I wouldn't expect people to take part in a history lesson. You know what I mean? And they're running a theme and it's so cool. Now it's going farther. Like, now that I just watched another video of somebody doing full-on, really long handrails on 80s skateboards, I'm just starting to think differently. Like, okay, he's running a theme. This is a guy that probably didn't grow up in the 80s either. I'd say this guy was probably around 28. But I make estimates on everything, and they're usually pretty accurate. So, he's running a theme, and it's working. I'm telling you guys, this 80s thing, don't even bother with it. Don't even bother with it. The skateboards in the 80s were the worst shape ever, and they replicated all of them. Every single shape was basically replicated. All of the paint jobs, everything that made them so cool looking in the 80s. And now it's sack up time, and people are actually riding these things and replicating tricks from the day. It's beautiful.